So it's Saturday morning, we've had our breakfast, and this is us leaving the outskirts of Burgos on another cold and drizzly morning. But having said that, it's about 8 degrees, and even though that sounds cold, compared to 0, you can really tell the difference. So we're resisting putting our ponchos on because the rain really is a drizzle. And hopefully it'll clear soon. If it doesn't, we'll put our ponchos on. But it's a lonely old walk out of Burgos on 8 o'clock on a Saturday morning. Not many people out and about, just one lone pilgrim up in front. She's staying in the little albergue of Sant Bol, which is halfway between the villages of Hornillos and Hontanes. And Sant Bol really is in the middle of nowhere. Tomorrow when we walk, we'll show you. But I think it's either 10 or 12 people. Our friends Wendy and Roscoe have stayed there before, and Ches from Melbourne, and they absolutely loved the feel of just the small, in the middle of nowhere albergue. Okay, more later. Yeah. So if you've anyone who's watched the movie The Way, this is the gate where the gypsy and his son carry Tom's pack to the edge of town. And I guess it's one of the iconic scenes from the movie. And we'll take a photo to prove we were here. So this is us, we've reached the outskirts of Burgos now, and we're walking along with Linley from Bunbury in Western Australia. First time she's travelled overseas, she's travelling alone, walking the Camino and then heading off to Ireland. Quite a few people on the road this morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So just hiking along with Gordon and Louise and Lynn and Linley from Bunbury, and we've just now reached the outskirts of Burgos. Forgot where I was for a moment. How are you guys going this morning?
Good. And it's not even that cold, is it, Louise? So looking up.
Yeah. And we had a committee meeting this morning for those back at home, and we decided that Remy and Koa and Alice need to be put on ice so they don't change until we get home. And for people overseas, that's our grandkids who are still quite young. Okay guys, more later.
Bye.
So I think we may be lucky today. We may have dodged the early rain because the drizzle has stopped. Still quite chilly with a little bit of a breeze, and the weather forecast is for it to get windy in another couple of hours, but that's okay. Dodged the rain so far. Quite a few people walking thereabouts with us after leaving Burgos. I guess people get up at similar times and have breakfast and get on the road. But yeah, it's nice and flat. I think pretty much until we walk up to the start of the Meseta, just before Hornillos. So it's very easy to just walk along and admire the scenery.
Good morning.
Hello again. So we've just stopped for our second breakfast, coffee, biscuits in Tardajos. And Lynn's gone into the pharmacia and bought us some more hand sanitizer, which is good. It's actually probably our nicest day we've had for quite a while. It could only be 10 or 12 degrees.
It's not raining.
It's not raining. The
Not windy.
wind hasn't come up yet. And compared to what we've been walking in, we're actually feeling a little bit warmish.
Yes, it's quite good actually.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a top of 18 today, but that won't come till 4 or 5
Yeah.
o'clock.
And we reckon we're halfway to Hornillos
Yeah, we've walked really quickly.
at 10:30.
Yeah.
So we've just got to slow down. There weren't many roses to smell
No.
up until now.
No.
But Tardajos is a lovely little village, and we're only
A couple of k's from the next
Rabe de la Coldazia, something like that.
Yeah.
Next little village.
Yeah.
So we're on the way. More later.
Bye.
So very pretty murals as you walk out of Rabe de la Coldazia. It's actually a very tidy town. A lot of the buildings have been zhushed. And the wall murals are quite pretty. A little chapel on the way out of town. We'll go in here and have a bit of a look.
Para que en el camino les acompañe, les proteja y les bendiga. Buen camino. Thank you. Thank you por haber entrado. Buen camino.
Australia.
Ay, qué bonito, que no se me saca.
Hi.
Hello. So it's, I don't even know what the time is, maybe 11:30, something like that.
No idea.
But we've walked up onto the Meseta tableland area after leaving the little town of Rabe.
And actually the sun's been out a little bit.
Yeah, it's poking through.
Yep.
And the little church that we went into on the way out of Rabe, there's a lady there, there's a nun who's not a young lady, but
95.
they stamp your passport and give you a blessing and a medallion.
Medallion.
And
Whether you can see it on my... See that?
and it's a lovely little moment to spend with someone, and I'm thinking the ladies in there who do it get much more enjoyment than we do,
Yeah.
because you can just see it in their eyes.
That's what I like about it.
It's lovely. So we're motoring along probably 3/4 of the way
Now, yep.
ish to Hornillos. So hopefully we'll get to Hornillos thereabouts lunchtime. And Hornillos is a little town, population 70 when they're all at home. It's not a happening town, there's a street.
Yeah, one street.
So what we get up to this afternoon, I'm not sure, but stay tuned.
Okay, bye.
So stretching out in front of us, a long line of people heading towards, in the distance, Hornillos del Camino, down in the valley. What a beautiful scene. The Meseta, sun breaking through. This is absolutely gorgeous today. So Hornillos is a town, I think it's got about 70 residents when they're home. You walk into Hornillos sometimes and there's nobody to be seen. And there are a number of new places to stay, so more beds, but not necessarily enough eating places. And the last time Lynn and I walked on Camino Francais, we came here on a Sunday, and when we arrived in town there was a couple of tour buses, and the tour buses had stopped and everyone had had lunch in the town. So it came then till about 5 o'clock when the cafe, there were only 2 cafes then, one closed and the other one was in the process of closing because they run out of food. The tour bus had consumed all their food, so then people were scratching to see what they could do for a meal. And same thing in the morning, if you're not staying in an albergue that provides breakfast, there's no breakfast here. The next place is Hontanas, which is 10 kilometres down the road. So just be a bit careful if you're... It's absolutely gorgeous little town. It'd be nice where you were staying if they could provide a meal and breakfast. It'd be a lot easier. It's 9 o'clock at night and we're just walking home from our tea. And look at the evening we've got. This is the clearest it's been, I think, in the last week. Okay, good evening.
Hi.
So this is our closeout for our day 13. And you would think when you're walking to Santiago that the highlight of the day would be the walk. Well, it kind of wasn't today.
No, and we're in a little town, Hornillos.
Yeah, 70 people, everywhere booked out, nowhere to eat. And the place where we were staying said, look, go to the end of the street. There's a cafe, which we have previously known.
The Green Tree.
And there's a Senegalese guy. We walked up to have a look at the cafe and he said, oh, you're from Sol de Sol. And we said, yeah, that's where we're staying. Oh, yeah, I know the owner.
You're right for tea.
Come back at 6:30 and I'll make you Senegalese tea.
Yes.
And he did. And it was really good.
Yes.
Never eaten Senegalese food before.
No, and it was really good. And he catered to all our different tastes in spicy food.
Yeah.
And it was really good.
And then they said, oh, tonight we've got jazz and opera. Entertainment. And we thought, okay, give that a go. I've got to tell you, that's the best 2 hours of entertainment.
Non-stop.
And the opera singer, Jose Ferros. Oh, we'll put his name up. And the jazz singer, they belted it out for 2 hours solid.
You wouldn't think they'd be able to combine it well, but they did it absolutely perfectly, didn't they, Michael?
Yeah, so we'll put a few film clips up after this.
We've taken a lot, but we'll only give you a little taste of it because it was so good.
And the film clips won't do justice to what we were experiencing.
No.
Absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah.
So
really good night.
Yeah, so we're off tomorrow to Castro Jerez. So it's only a 20-odd K walk, so we're not expecting it to be too rough.
No.
But we're on a buzz from tonight's concert.
Yeah. Louise and Gordon loved it as well, so that's good.
There you go. All right, guys, that's good night from us.
Good night.
Sido así, lo diré sinceramente. Viví la intensidad y no encontré jamás frontera. Jugué sin descansar. Ya mi manera jamás pierde un amor que para mí fuera importante. Tomé sola flor y lo mismo en cada instante. Viajé y disfruté, no sé si más que otro cualquiera. Si bien todo eso fue a mi manera.